So every single day, global funding sources, when it comes to climate related funding, are getting funding from all sorts of places. There's actually money available for climate related projects. But the challenge is that many organizations are not able to access it. Recently, I had a conversation with a couple of my friends relating to climate related funding that sits in their banks and how there was either no projects or indeed even their banks themselves, their personnel did not have the requisite capacity to be able to disburse this funding, especially funding coming from the IFC, which is a subsidiary of the World Bank. Hello, my name is Odilia Intiamwa. This is Business Facts. I tell business information just as it is, however, in such a broken down form that it makes listening to the business news or information enjoyable. Come along and enjoy this news. So, the African Development Bank set up the African Climate Fund in 2014 as a bilateral fund and currently is a multi donor trust fund, which is about $25 million. The whole idea is to get NGOs, government institutions, and amongst others, the opportunity to get funding for climate related projects. And the least amount that you can access through this African Climate Fund is $250,000. And the cap, which is the biggest amount you can take, is $1 million. So far, about 18 countries in Africa have been able to access this funding. However, Ghana has not been able to access any of this funding yet. So the issue of capacity building is critical so that these funds are available and we can actually access them. So I'm just giving you a breakdown of who qualifies to access this funding and of course which projects will be funded. So capacity building, that is if you're looking forward to accessing funding from other bigger climate related funding sources like the Global Environment Facility and then the Green Climate Fund. So if your institution is looking at accessing these funding sources, however, you need money to build your capacity to access these funding, the African Climate Fund is available for you to source out of. Sorry about that. So if you are also looking for funding for gender projects, gender and youth focused projects, you can also qualify for this. Then of course other targeted areas like land restoration projects, promotion of clean energy access, climate resilience, agriculture, and economic diversification, water sanitation, amongst others. So if you are also looking at accessing this fund, this is just a simple process. Develop a concept note and then submit the concept note. Once the concept note is submitted, you'll be shortlisted, you will be reached, and the ACCF, which is the African Climate Fund, will ask you to submit a full proposal. Once you have submitted the proposal, they will do an evaluation and approve the project. When the project is approved, you will sign a grant agreement and then a project launch is done. Finally, you are expected to do a monitoring evaluation and give a consistent report. So far, $15 million has been given out to 26 projects. We're now left with some $10 million. So it's an opportunity. Take it and enjoy working on climate projects. My name is Odilia Ntiamwa, and this is Business Facts by me, Odilia Ntiamwa. Please do subscribe and remember to share and, of course, like it. Anytime there is a new content, the notification button will go off for you to know that you have a new content. Thank you and enjoy.